Yeah, well, I think Wakolo, for my experience has been with helping members progress along the covenant path. Comes back to a simple invitation. One thing I've noticed is that the adversary is so good at helping or getting members to think that they're so far away from the covenant path when they're really not. That they fix up a few things in their life and they're straight back on it. And a number of times when I meet with individuals, that they feel like the covenant path is on the other side of the world. That's how far it is for them to get back on the path. And I love expressing to them and helping them know that those are specific attacks from the adversary trying to stop them from progressing on this path. And it's a simple invitation to, let's just start coming to church each week and partake in the ordinance or the sacrament. Or let's read a chapter or a couple verses in the Book of Mormon each day. And these simple invitations, I can see in their countenance a light or ray of hope, like I'm really not that far. I can do this. And to reassure them that, yes, you can do this. And with the help of the Lord, you can do this. And because of his atonement, you can repent, be forgiven of past transgressions and sins. And like the rest of us in the chapel, try our best, try to be like the Lord. And I enjoy seeing how when they capture this vision of them being a disciple of Christ and someone that can reach the next ordinance, whether that be the sacrament or a temple recommend endowment, receiving the priesthood, giving them that vision and inviting them to work towards this next ordinance and helping them see that you're not far from it. It's such a blessing to see them, get up with a bit more, their shoulders a bit up more and a bit more confidence in their countenance and helping them, really to see their identity as a child of God and a disciple of Jesus Christ, reminding them of that, gives them the vision and the purpose to want to aim towards that next ordinance with more power and conviction.
We hope that when we talk about covenant path, there's really only one path that will help us to return to our Father in heaven. We hope that every youth, every single adult understand that there is really only one path that will help us to return to our Father in heaven, made possible through the atonement of Jesus Christ. And that path is really about ordinances and covenants. That's the only path that will lead us to our Father, whether we are on this side of the veil or whether those that are on the other side of the veil. It's the same thing. Everyone will need to follow that covenant path that will help us to return to our Father in heaven. And that's why it's clearly stipulated in the General Handbook, chapter 18, and there are only 5 saving or essential ordinances. And that begins with baptism, first covenant. Then we have confirmation. We have ordination to the Melchizedek priesthood. We have endowment, and we have sealing. These are the only 5 saving or essential ordinances, all referenced as well as the ordinances of salvation exaltation. Now, without this, it hinders one to return to our Father in heaven, whether we are on this side of the veil or on the other side of the veil. And sacrament comes in between. Missionaries know that the best friends that will join and stay are those that come to sacrament meeting before they're baptized. And what the best way of preparing to be a confirmed member of the church? It's really sacrament. What's the best way of preparing those to be ordained to the Melchizedek priesthood? It's sacrament every week. What's the best way of preparing weekly to receive your endowment and to be sealed in the house of the Lord? It's an ordinance of sacrament. There are few scriptures that we can share about the importance of those ordinances. But when one understands that, they know exactly where they are at in the covenant path. And it's almost everywhere they go, because of the miracles of blessings that they received through that covenant, a promise that they received, they started asking themselves this question: who needs an ordinance. It's amazing and miraculous to see where teachers' quorum are ministering on their own. Can you imagine a teachers' quorum president sitting and presiding in a teachers' meeting? And they're having this quorum meeting. And here we have a teachers' quorum president making decisions in his quorum. And you started to see, my goodness, when he becomes a missionary, just watch that. Just watch that. Or deacon's quorum president started making decisions. Well, you three will pass next Sunday. That's decision making by this young man, or even with the sisters to decide to go to the house of the Lord and do baptism for the dead. When they are involved with this kind of activities and they're making decisions for themselves, they're not waiting, not being micromanaged. And I think sometimes it's a challenge for adults. We micromanage our children. But for all this, we allow them to go and they'll flourish in many ways. So they become matured quickly. We just need to get out of the way when they extend the calling and allow them to magnify their callings, receive direct revelation in relation to those callings. It's miraculous to watch that, miraculous to observe. So, Bishop Hopoate used to minister in the field.